Why it look like a puppet? Oh. Oh.
ひなこ、どこにいるの？ひなこはいいよね。何でも持ってる。そんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする。一人は嫌だよ。寂しいよ。ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね。暗いのは嫌。一人ぼっちは嫌。
No, no.
裏切り者。
For the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. Silent Hill, bro. September 25th. Oh.
The castle has been sighted again.
Maybe it's cloning.
The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped. We will track the ethereal castle, break its gates, and exterminate the creatures that dwell within. The Demon Lord himself will fall by our hand. This mission will test the limits of your courage. You will face horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness. Thousand Blossom! Die on Jaw!
With me!
That game looks cool.
Cross!
Reaper! Tonight, we start our mission!
So you've come, dogs of the Church, right into the palm of my hand.
The visuals of Shinjuku that I'm seeing are a hellscape I can't quite put into words. You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical. I'm counting on you, Agent. Our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies.
It's probably a phase electron life form. Is that what you call us Digimon? I'll always be right here with you.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you guys.
Who or what is that?
You really don't know anything about the digital world?
About the
Enemies for
digital
years now,
world?
but this is the first
Oh,
time
yeah.
the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
They
We
forgot
now
about
believe most of the
Digimon.
anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of time.
If the gate is opened with the digital world in such a state, the human world will most certainly be affected.
Do the Titans not care about the end of the digital world?
Stop it! That egg is very important!
The World Tree has been attacked. It is
World Tree has been attacked.
It can't protect anyone.
We
Damn,
must
I wanted to
protect
get
the world
that,
from
damn
them.
it.
For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon. Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength.
Everything's riding on
To
you.
move forward
Lend
into
me
the
your
future.
We must
strength.
fulfill our mission. Agent,
October 3rd. Creative Studio 3. Return to.
Oh, Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
If you feel wrong, blame yourself or the Father.
Why do you fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
The powerful must rule the weak. It is our duty.
Heavens fall upon your crown!
This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
Do you remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5 later this year.
We hope you enjoyed that first look at Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles. The game will include 2 versions of the original PlayStation Classic. The enhanced version, which features improved graphics, fully voiced dialogue, refined gameplay, and much more, as well as the classic version, which brings a faithful recreation of the 1997 original to modern consoles. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evil East Chronicles launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
This next game is something really special. When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
Just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I can run away.
Pea shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps,
wow.
all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other, which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Knock up. Oh no, you found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
Definitely check this one out when it comes to PS5 on September 8th.
Hirogami is a unique action-adventure title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore. In this journey to save your origami home, you'll transform into
Baby
paper
steps.
shapes with distinct abilities, including a paper airplane, a nimble frog,
A nimble
party
frog.
armadillo, and a powerful ape. Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives on PS5 later this summer.
It's crazy because this shit ain't even started yet, and they already
why don't you
dropped
tee this next one up?
some
Thanks,
gems,
Sean.
bruh.
The Hot Shots series has been with PlayStation from the very beginning, and its latest installment, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, boasts its largest character roster ever. Compete in courses from 10 different regions around the world, each with weather effects and new nighttime variants. Pre-orders begin later today, and those who do will get Bandai Namco's iconic Pac-Man as an early unlockable character. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5 September 5th.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a challenging new entry in the long-running action franchise. From the makers of the Blasphemous series, Ragebound stars dual protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their souls and skills against a demon uprising. And longtime fans will really love the pulse-pounding soundtrack featuring guest composers from the original series. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound arrives July 31st on PS5 and PS4.
July 31st.
From the game Bakers, Cairn is a survival climbing experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain.
I want to play this. This game
Manage
looks like it's
balance
gonna
and
be fun.
stamina to discover secrets.
Hey! Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco.
Like
Nice to
real
meet you.
time
And survive the harsh conditions
climbers,
of
like
the climb.
the live service game. Or is it NPC?
You can give it a try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
Ooh, yeah. We giving that a try.
That's all from us, but there's still a lot of State of Play to come.
That's not like she said.
This
That's
next reveal
that's all
comes from
from
the
Bus.
game preservationist at
over
Digital
here.
Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play. People were excited about it.
The most rewarding
Mortal
part of it was
Kombat?
just seeing people react to it.
From the developers of Street Fighter.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat fatality.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
There was no template to make the games. It's a bit of the Wild West.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
Legacy Collection. I mean, is that even worth it, bro? Like the controls, modern day controls don't work for old school games like that. They'll have to make something else. Just a pad. They could make these pads so amazing, like design wise, bro, but they just be full of shit. That's cool though.
We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Oh, what is this? Use extra caution.
No, he's close. Where did he go? We've lost sight of the enemy.
That boy had
Find him. We're under fire. Enemy position unknown.
Loading like this, it's a revolution.
All right, Commander. Baby. Take this. Here comes another one.
You won't get away from me.
Time for you to taste some real pain. What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world.
This gonna be good, but they didn't have to do it though.
See you in hell. I'll grind you into dust. What the? Gotcha. Gotcha.
Gameplay, huh? No? And more.
Spirit stones. Shining stones imbued with humankind's
What is this,
never-ending dreams.
Nah.
Since time immemorial, this power has been the impetus for human wars.
Team Ninja.
Such an ominous atmosphere, and one thick with the presence of Aratama.
It's crazy how all these games are starting to be like Elden Ring when they come out now.
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
What's this, that Team Ninja Guided?
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell.
I forgot this was coming out too. Oh no, it's not Ninja Guided. Oh shit.
Who might you be, warrior?
Tokugawa. Takechiyo.
Takechiyo.
皆さんこんにちは、チーム忍者の安田です。戦国死にゲーシリーズの最新作203をついに発表させていただきました。今作のアクションはシリーズのおなじみのサムライスタイルに加え、新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。ステージもオープンフィールドとなり、探索や攻略の自由度や没入感が大幅にアップしています。本日よりPlayStation 5で体験版も配信いたしますので、ぜひプレイしてご意見をいただければと思います。2026年の発売に向け、続報にもぜひご期待ください。
No one knows how old the city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known. My whole world. I was raised in this city's shadow, free to take whatever I need to survive. This city hides many lost and legendary treasures. Locked away, waiting to be found, waiting to be taken. But some treasures
A lot of news smell hella good though.
come with more trouble than others.
I thought I was dead.
Me too.
And who are you?
Thief. They turned it to VR. That's cool.
Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Hey, you got some hosen?
Market Land seems a bit tense today. I heard something happen with another Tidewalker. Damn it. It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Ever since the Great Flood, Elend, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power.
To use that power.
Marauders, this is our new recruit! Please, help me. Get down!
Tidewalkers. Will you help us?
Tidewalkers. Tides of Tomorrow. Wish list now.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Ducey, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you. What the last few months it has been in the world of Astro. Astrobot launched last September to such encouraging feedback, even receiving a few honors we are truly grateful for. In October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises. And then earlier this year, the Vicious Void Galaxy made its appearance, adding yet more new challenging levels, all of which came at no additional cost. And today, I am pleased to announce that later this month, you will be able to enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels in Astrobot, bringing the total to a whopping 90 planets. And new special bots will be there too, including Atsu from Ghost of Yotei, alongside other fans' favorites.
Targeted towards kids anymore or just adults.
And finally, the Astrobot DualSense wireless controller will return later this year, with a slight twist. So be on the lookout for more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Mosby, thank you all for the amazing reception you gave our game, and enjoy the rest of the show.
My old man always said to me, he told me to get a ship. Then it hit me all so clear. No old man just got a ship. Memories go, memories stay. We're chasing the sound of the waves. It always sways, it always strays. Standing on the beach all day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
666. This look like Life Up High meets Sea of Thieves. I'm gonna keep doing that. mermaid, bro. The sea remnant. Journey. Is this a new Journey? Look like something similar to it, maybe. Giant Squid presents. Sword of the Sea, August 19th.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and The Pathless. We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer into the PlayStation Plus game catalog. On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game catalog with FBC Firebreak. In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house. Fun in short bursts or deep dives, FBC Firebreak launches day one into game catalog on June 17th. The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th. In July, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4 join the service just in time for the second season premiere of Twisted Metal, which arrives July 31st in select countries, including Peacock in the US. Additionally, two of Capcom's most beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics lineup. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this summer in the Classics catalog. Additionally, Myst and Riven will arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th. Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes bonus PlayStation Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full details.
No, you just can't give us the details, bruh.
His parents cut their own rope to save him.
Oh,
he watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond
Here we go,
is
the
a
reveal.
bullet without a target.
The reveal.
Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
Look at that pickpocket.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
Never. Never. Imagine all the tools they go. I think. No, I missed it.
Jet lag.
I missed it.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
Headhunting. Why do it always do that, bro? First light.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Only the PS5, bro? Come on now with that bullshit. Tune in for the gameplay reveal this summer. Yeah, probably at Summer Games Fest.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of iInteractive. The team is thrilled to announce 007 First Flight. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy. Before the tuxedo and the martinis, as he first steps into the world of espionage, striving to earn his 00 status. Everyone at iInteractive has poured the passion and dedication into crafting an experience that honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent expertise. This is just the beginning of our journey with 007, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
You're still with me?
So it says Marvel vs. Capcom.
たとえ人々に嫌われていても私は世界を守る。さあ耐えられるかしら。
I wonder why do they show fighting games so much? Like, don't nothing really change in fighting games. They just fight. They add new characters. Look, let us witness the cool stuff in game. Don't show us the cool shit. 'Cause it's just a fighting game and just. They changed the name of Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel Tokon. Let's go back. They go change till it's releasing now. Oh, now going into a story how it was made or something.
PlayStation の友人から急になんか
It all started with a
行こうぜ
friend.
っていう連絡が来て、
Hey,
まあ
wanna grab a
なんのこっ
drink?
ちゃと思って、
Bruh.
まあ予定合わせて行ったんですけど、
This part right here is unnecessary. Like, do this on your own time. Let us know all of that.
いうような提案をいただきまして、いや本当に聞いた時はびっくりしましたね。
Y'all putting a damper in the game, man. Come on now.
本当に有名な IP ですし、光栄だなと思いつつも、まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't PlayStation in this space?
So PlayStation approached us with this vision to bring Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre. And that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like the Marvel Spider-Man franchise with Insomniac.
When it came to approaching Marvel, you have to kind of first float the idea and let them know, hey, you know, we're thinking about approaching a company like Arc System Works to make a fighting game. We'd love to partner with you to do this really great collaboration. Would you be interested?
When they named the developer, that really perked up our ears. It's always refreshing to work with a team that will take on the challenge of tackling Marvel, putting their own spin on it, and they're just uppercutting that challenge into the stratosphere. And that's what you get with this team. I mean, they couldn't make something boring if they tried.
社長からも本当に作れるんだったらぜひやりたいねっていうことを言われました。まあ話を受けてしまった以上これは私がプロデューサーなのかなっていうところで。
The tricky thing is that most fans, including myself, see this as a sacred genre for Marvel. The tough part is finding a partner that's crazy enough to take on the task, because you either do something like this big and bold, or you don't do it at all.
I feel like I have a good grasp on their art style and how they would approach certain IPs. You come in with your kind of own expectations of, here's what I would expect to see from Arc System Works when they take on a Marvel IP. And what came up was something that went beyond that.
一番最初にマーベルさんに提出した時はなんとなくマイケルさんの反応はあんまり芳しくなかった印象があって、まあ何がまずいのかなっていろいろこうやっぱり直接話していくうちにもっとアークのやりたいマーベルを見せてくれというような話をいただいたことがあって。
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
なので今回のアイアンマンのデザインを皆さんご覧いただければわかると思うんですけども、かなりこう日本らしいアークシステムワークスらしい デザインっていうのが、出ているかなと思うので、マーベルの皆さんの反応がすこぶる良くて、あ、これなんだみたいないう感じで。
Iron Man is supposed to be the sleek fighter jet, think luxury race car mixed with a brick house. And the fact that they added anime mech elements to him just felt really naturally at home.
One of the mantras that we have for this project is from Japan to the world, and really trying to take not just the IP but gameplay mechanics and say, what can we really take from Japan, the creators that are doing awesome work here, and bring that to the global platform.
まあ特別なところいっぱいあるんですけど、まあ本当にやっぱり強調すべきは、まあ格闘ゲームのチームバトルの中では4対4というのがまず本当に意欲的で挑戦的なところだというところと。
When Ark looks at these Marvel characters, it's not simply just the
While we
visuals,
wait
it's also the gameplay
for
mechanics
this,
and adding in that what is that pop? What is going to be something that's
I
different?
want to
Up
start.
until now, you've seen tag fighters that have 2v2.
About to change
3v3.
my
We felt like we just had to go 4v4, and in doing so, we found a lot of unique and fun ways to change up the gameplay that I think players are going to be very excited.
overlay. Oh,
今回
excuse
4
me.
対4というまあ革新的なところにチャレンジしている中で、4キャラ
I
クタ
don't
ー
even think I needed to be that big.
出
I
ないんじゃ
needed
ない
to be.
安心してください。
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting.
What is the
but team
default,
at
like
Arc System
900
has
by
found a way to
800 by
design a
900 or some
system
shit like
adapts
that?
to your playstyle. So you could either duke it out as just the leader and 3 assists, or you can tag in your assists to swap the leader and change the matchup on the fly.
I don't think a lot of people thought this day would be here, would come. You know, this has just been an awesome journey, and I'm excited that we get to be able to share it with all the
It's
fans out there.
Capcom versus Marvel. Y'all just took what Mortal Kombat did with the pairing of partners and just put it in this game, bro. Or is it Street Fighter that does that? I think it's Street Fighter. Yeah. You can swap them. I don't know. Shit, one of them fighting games.
The 3 companies have come together to do this, and
Got me sounding like a Debbie Downer.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、
It
続々とキャラ
is
クターも発
800
表
by
していきたいと思い
600.
ますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。
800 by
今しばらく
600.
楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
You're still with me?
What's this? All right. Oh, we got a few minutes getting ready to start. Let's get it ready to start. We got 6 minutes. I can't wait for that. That looks good too. Seven's gonna be dope. Metal Gear. I want something new from Metal Gear. Like it's just gonna be a recap with better visuals for me playing that. Snake Eater. PlayStation. Or was that it? It did say 5 o'clock, bro. It's just now being about to be 5 o'clock.
The impetus for human wars.
Thank you for watching. So it started early. That's crazy, bro. Let's go listen to bro, I thought it didn't start until 5, bro. They got the time wrong. Well, at least on the L W L W L W L. Let's see what kind of fun he gave it. Oh, was he watching it too? Osmond Gold?
though? Yeah, but like I already knew that Metal Gear Solid 3 was coming out, right? I mean, like YouTube chat is not happy. They don't like it at all. Wow. And so, yeah, who cares about that game? I think Neo 3 was probably that was the big one for me, at least, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what everybody else liked. I mean, I think if you're a fighting games fan, that Marvel game looked kind of cool.
Nah.
But otherwise, I mean, I'm just not really seeing anything like super crazy there, right? I mean, am I being an asshole? Like, maybe I am, but like the Final Fantasy Tactics, yeah, I think Final Fantasy Tactics is cool. But I mean,
They didn't have that.
I
Only
don't know. Like, it's decent. Astrobot 2, yeah, I mean, let me see. I'll read a few comments. Yeah, you're going to try out the demo? Maybe I will, right? I mean, yeah, I think so. And just can't please anyone? Well, I mean, I think that, like, okay, so maybe, you know what? This is the truth. There was a lot of people talking and, like, hyping this up. And you're right that kind of I went into this with, like, an A expectation.
But you
And,
can't.
like, I went into it with expectations, and because of that, not meeting those expectations kind of probably makes it a little bit harder for me. Like, I'm not, like, I think I expected an 8 or a 9, and, like, maybe this is actually only a 6, but because I expected so high and it wasn't there, I feel like, okay, well, now it's like a 4, right? And so, like, maybe I'm overreacting a little bit, but I definitely don't feel like, not a lot really came out that was interesting here other than Neo 3. I mean, to me, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe what did you guys think? What was which one did you guys get the most excited for? Let me go back. I'll mute this and just go through some of these. So the ending. Okay, yeah, there you go. And Pragmata. Yeah, I think this is probably the most interesting game so far.
The game.
Like, I thought it was kind of cool. This was just like, I thought it was okay, right? It's like one of those, like, experimental
But it was good,
type
too.
games. Like, the problem that I have with a game like this is that if you just look at the gameplay, it just looks, like, super messy and, like, really hard to, like, actually decipher what's actually happening and going on. And
Romeo
I feel like that's
is
something
a
that's a
dead
problem
man.
for a lot of games nowadays, is that they just get so messy with, like, effects and colors and, you know, spells and shit. Yeah, there's way too dank. That's the point. Yeah, but I don't like the point, right? It's like, that's like saying, well, that's the point of like a music rhythm game is to have music rhythm in it. Well, like, okay, well then that rules me out.
It's more like that
who's
guitar
excited
game
about it,
that
right?
everybody
I mean,
like.
like, I'm giving my opinion.
Forever.
While you go
It's
play
SGF
volleyball.
season. I'll be back.
Remember, we are an 11-person business all about live talk shows. Games Daily was us unboxing the Switch 2 for the very first time. Then we had an in-review episode for John Wick's The Ballerina. Definitely check that out when you get a chance. Everyone's question, is the movie good? You have to watch the in-review to find out. I'll tell you right now, it's really good. It's really
Okay, good. Thank you. I didn't want to wait. I didn't
The
wanna
kind of
wait.
funny member today's Greg Way is Greg gabbing about how great it is to be a gamer today. And his ear hair. You got ear hair?
Not anymore. Oh, but you understand if you watch the show. That's right, everybody. Stopped at Walgreens, bought a razor shave my hair.
I can't believe it's not.
Good for you.
Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney Twining. Today we are brought to you by X-Real, but we'll tell you all about that later. For now, let's start with the topic of the show.
At this time, you got to stop and ask. Maybe it was a poop.
You're right.
Maybe Andy wasn't pee-pee.
Push
He
it
said
out.
pee-pee, but then he's been gone a long time.
You look like you had something to say, but then you stopped.
Why are you afraid to say
No,
stuff?
I didn't say anything.
Grab
I
his
was
neck.
going to say anything.
Grab his neck.
I don't know why I grabbed his neck.
June 2025 State of Play is the topic of the show. We just watched it. They said 40 minutes. It was more than 40 minutes. Those filthy little liars.
I love it. Under promise, over deliver. The kind of funny motto.
I want to start with Bless. What'd you think of this?
I thought it was a solid good. I think some high highs, and then I think a lot of like, all right, cool. This is a showcase kind of moments, right? Of, all right, I'm seeing new games. They're not necessarily all exciting me. We're getting updates for things that I know a lot of people are looking forward to, right? But this wasn't like a, oh damn, they hit us with this fucking game, this franchise we've been waiting for. Oh damn, this trailer's blowing me away. But I think in a showcase where we got the announcement of a new Luminous game, and it looks really awesome. And this is from a post.
Fuck out of me.
This is from a post Tetris Effect Enhanced Studios. That's really exciting. From getting that Ninja Gaiden Ragebound game, of course, that's a game that we've seen before plenty of times, and this is us getting the release date of July 31st. But that trailer was fucking awesome.
See, it's just
Mortal
a
Kombat
trailer.
Legacy
You can't...
Collection, kind of a targeted announcement there. But like for me, as somebody who loves Mortal Kombat, I look at that and I go, let's fucking go, right? And then we have a lot of space for things like FIFA VR. All right, cool, I guess. Everybody's golf. All right, cool. Like, and I like everybody's golf, right? But I think some of the things they showed definitely felt like they brought the energy down a little bit. Even stuff that we're excited for. Like, I forget which game it was, but there's a game that I'm looking forward to where the trailer they showed, I was kind of like, all right, cool. I think 007 might have been the one where excited to see it, but there's something about that trailer that didn't blow me away necessarily.
100%.
And we'll get around to it. But I mean, closing this thing off with a 4v4 Marvel fighting game developed by Arc System Works. I know that's not an announcement that's going to speak to the widest audience of gamers watching a state of play, but that is still an earth-shattering announcement for a large community of players, right? When you think about how popular and how popular Marvel is, right? Let alone Marvel versus Capcom, and then also like how many people love Arc System Works, how many people have been waiting for the next, follow-up to their last game, right? Guilty Gear Strive. This is one where I'm so happy that they chose to close the show with this, because this is one of those games that deserves to close the show. This is super exciting. This is going to, I mentioned this during the live reaction, this is going to be a game that lasts for a generation, right? It's going to be at EVO every single year. It's going to get updates, hopefully, with new characters and unlocks.
I don't think it is.
You're going to get the Ultimate Edition in probably 5 years. That's going to be off the chain. That's going to be the version that everybody's finally happy with. But I'm fucking excited for this. This is such a cool announcement. And yeah, overall, like, are we doing scores?
Hell yeah, we are.
I'll give it a 7.5 overall.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go next.
Yeah, it was good.
Take a little trip to the pee-pee room.
But it's okay if you had to go poo-poo, you could tell us.
You
You
don't
wouldn't
have
have
to
to lie
secret.
about it and be embarrassed, not to say it.
Oh, you think I was shitting? No, man. Sometimes I pee, and sometimes I just look at my phone for too long.
I wouldn't have gave it a 7.
I'm like, I got a show to be on.
I'm slightly higher than Blesses on this. I would say that this is
Dick out, phone in
8
your
out of
hand.
10.
Like, oh, wait, shit.
This is a great PlayStation state of play. They kind of delivered everything I'd kind of look for: new announcements, answering questions, getting release dates, genuine surprises for things that I'm interested in. That Marvel game looks awesome and definitely very out of left field, but that sounds like a kind of dream announcement of like Arc System Works making a Marvel fighting
I think
game.
a lot of
Hell
these,
yeah.
I think
You
a
love
lot
to
of
see
them,
that
like
type
that's
of
why I like
stuff.
watching
And,
Osmond go.
on top of that,
because he don't.
I don't know. I'm just not really seeing it, right?
He don't
Like, I
hold
just-
shit
I
back.
don't
He
know.
don't care. Like he
It's
don't
DEI slop. I mean, if it was
care
a guy,
about being nice
he was
to
a white guy with a beard, I'd
like if he
still
don't
say,
like it, he
okay, I
gonna
don't really
tell you
care
he
that
don't
much
like
about the game.
shit.
Like I don't think it's really about that too much. You got to believe simps and women. Yeah, but like how many simps and women actually play games like this? Like, and that's what I always wonder. Like does this ever actually translate to sales? Does it actually translate to like does it manifest in success? And like you're talking about like Mortal Kombat, like the new Mortal Kombat's basically an L. I think that
Right.
like unironically, probably one of the most interesting and kind of the coolest looking things they added was this new gamepad. I thought that I thought their gamepad looked really cool.
It do
Like
look
this
nice.
right here, this looks awesome. And I mean, it goes without saying, but obviously, like Metal Gear Solid, I'm super excited for. Definitely, like I of course I am. But I'd say the game that I'm the most excited for out of this, there's two of them. There's Pragmata and Neo 3. Those are the two main games that I'm thinking to myself, like these are really good. But this is really another opinion that I have, and you guys can, like say whatever you want about this, but like. I think that Team Ninja's engine and their graphics are becoming a bit dated. And I think that it looked that way with Rise of the Ronin. And like Rise of the Ronin felt like a game that came out in 2018. And I feel like they haven't really updated and innovated their style since maybe Neo 2 or Wulong Fallen Dynasty. And I just feel like all of the Team Ninja games kind of, and it's weird because like I don't think that's even entirely true, because if you look at, for example, I think it's Ninja Gaiden 4, that game looks really phenomenal. It looks amazing. But like Neo 3 does look like it came out like in 2018, right? Am I crazy for that? You haven't even played Neo 2? I know that. I'm not talking about the gameplay. I'm talking about the style and the graphics. I think that it just looks kind of dated. That's all. And that's I played Rise of the Ronin for over 100 hours. Like, where is it? So people don't think I'm lying, right? Where'd it go? Yeah, I played the game. I beat the entire game. And so, like, I it's not like I don't like the game. I thought it was amazing. I loved it. I did every side quest. I did every zone. I completed everything 100%. So it looks exactly like Neo 2. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like they've just released, I think, like, the last 5 titles they've released kind of look the same.
Same engine.
And I do think that's an issue. Now, it's not a big issue, and it's not like I'm going to fucking, like, oh, I hate this. But it's just it's just my opinion, right? VR, nobody cares about VR. This game, again, it seems like another one of those, like, experimental, like, kind of Sony games. Like, it's one of those things where, who gives a shit about graphics? I don't give a shit about graphics either, but I understand that they are a selling point. Graphics are like sprinkles on a cupcake. I'm not going to eat the cupcake based off of the sprinkles, but the sprinkles can sometimes add a little bit of flavor, and they make it taste a little bit better.
I like that analogy.
So that's really, yeah, they are. It's art. And I feel like there's
dope.
been a lot of games. Like, I see a game like this, for example, or like the Astrobot game. It's kind of interesting because you know what really I liked about Astrobot? Is that Astrobot was a video game. It wasn't a story. It wasn't a, you know, pretend Hollywood fucking, you know, endeavor. It was a literal fucking video game. You jumped through zones, you did things, there wasn't any bullshit.
Mario Kart.
And
I mean,
think
not
that
Mario
Sony,
Kart, but like
this
Mario.
I think it started happening, like, there were 2 points where I think Sony started, like, really focusing on this. I think obviously the first one is The Last of Us. That's the main one. And then the second one is the new God of War. And I feel like they started taking this approach where they go with these, they try to just make games that are in between movies and video games a lot. And I feel like in a way that kind of, like, that doesn't really appeal to me a lot. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, right? It just really doesn't appeal to me. Like, cinema games don't, like I will play a Kojima game. Like, I'll play Death Stranding 2, which I'm assuming probably will, like, fall in that category. But, like, I'm really playing that because it's, like, a Kojima game, and I think it's going to be cool and interesting, right? And so that's it. But I love these personally. Yeah, I guess I'm just not the target audience, right? And I think there's a lot of examples of that. Like, games that I'm just simply not the target audience for. Like, this game, to me, seemed like okay. But, like, I don't know, it's not really, doesn't really seem like it's that exciting. This is, like, one of those games where, like, it's kind of the same thing that I said before. It's like, I don't know anybody that plays games like this. And I know somebody in chat's going to say, like, oh, I do, right? But, like, yeah, sure, I'm sure there's out of, like, you know, 50,000 people, somebody plays games like this. But, you know, I don't know anybody that really does. And I just don't know how, like, they keep promoting and pushing games like this whenever it's, at least it seems to me, like there's a non-existent market for them. So they're just chill gamers? Yeah, but, like, I just, like, where are they, though? Because, like, a lot of these games that come out on Steam, they never really have any sort of, like, real, like, player-based numbers. Like, I never see them, like, get a huge, like, player base at all. And so it's like, why would you announce a game that's so niche? Journey 1 was huge. Well, maybe I'm wrong about this, right? Like, maybe this is a bad example, but that's the way that I feel about it. And then the James Bond game, to me, it just seems like, it seems like another, like, you know, again, cinema movie type thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's okay, right? But, like, I can't really see myself. Slop game? Yeah. You just have your basement streamer goggles on? Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see how well these studios, like, if Sony shuts down the studios after these games come out. Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's scripted, dude. Yeah, I mean, and that's just the way that I feel about it. I mean, again, and also I am a basement gamer. I am. That's me. And so if you're here and you want the basement gamer, incel, fucking, you know,
not scripted,
red-pilled base take on these games, you're at the right place. But if you're looking for just your average Joe's opinion about, like, you know, casual games, well, I'm probably not going to have that same opinion because I'm not looking for games in that same way, right? I thought it was an addict. Yeah, true. But, like, that's really it. And just go back to WoW at this point? Well, why would I go back to WoW and there's 50 other games that I'm excited for and 3 of them were in this trailer, right? But all I'm saying is like I'm just being critical, right? I don't think there's anything wrong about that. And if you really want me to complain, you have me go back to WoW. I'm going to complain more than anything. And so like, yeah, this game looked okay, but it didn't really look exciting. The Ghost of Yotai was a massive bait. Don't really care too much about that. The Marvel thing looked kind of cool, but I just feel like,
it's
especially
just a
after, like in this is my opinion as a spectator, and I understand that like this isn't really a valuable opinion, but I'm just giving my take as somebody who I don't play fighting games, but I watch fighting games.
Right.
Anytime that you have more than one character on the screen, like it's more than 1v1, it's complicated and hard to understand. And I think that like I think that really I think that the best example of that is like how well and how successful Street Fighter 6 is, and when you compare that to the new Mortal Kombat. Like I feel like, again, and that's not really it, it's tag fighters. Yeah, it's hard to watch. Yeah, it's harder to watch, but I can understand, like, as a player, like a player's perspective is going to be different than mine, and you know, it's more important than mine too. Keep that in mind. So like, I'm not trying to say it's the, you know, like they should listen to me, but like that's just the way that I feel about it. So
But
yeah,
they should.
but you're asking me my opinion. That's what I think, and yeah, it's that simple. Tekken's the same way. Yeah, I haven't really looked into or played a lot of Tekken either, so like I can't really have an opinion on that too much. So Multiverses wasn't really your thing? No, I never played Multiverses. It just didn't really seem exciting to me or interesting. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to look at these other games. Like I think this game is probably the one that I didn't know anything about. And like, cause that Pragmatic game got announced like kind of a while ago. And so I think the pirate game looks pretty good. The pirate game? Maybe. Yeah, oof, non-fighter games? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But State of Play felt uninspired. Yeah, it felt like the majority of it was just like games that we already knew about, or like I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh, but like I think it was like a 4 out of 10. That's actually like that. I mean, you like my honest opinion, 4 out of 10. That's it. That's how I feel. Yeah, so let's see here. I'll look at a few more of these. Maybe your tastes on games other than Souls-like aren't as mainstream. The State of Play had a variety of games, many popular with younger console players and older millennials. Well, okay, so like we don't really know how popular these games are, though, right? Because like with a lot of these that, like, and so I'll listen to what you're saying, and it's fine. Pull him up? No, I mean, he's just saying that, like, you know, like, I like one style of game, and that's not it. There's no reason to, like, ban him. Like, that's not, what the fuck? No, but, like, all the millennials, but, like, I just, like, whenever games like this come out on PC, you have a better frame of reference of, like, how popular they are or how successful they are. And you can have that through Steam charts, and you can see how popular these games actually are. And what I've noticed is that these experimental games, they just don't really deliver. They don't really sell. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, people say they're popular, but I feel like it's like another idea of like a mythical audience, where it's like, yeah, this is like a really popular style. Okay, well, like, where are the people that are playing it? Where are they? And so Steam doesn't lie. Yeah, when I see the numbers tell a very different story. Schedule 1 was an experimental game. Yes, but it was a very simple game with a simple game loop, and it was a video game. And like, that's why I think, again, like, going back to like what I was saying before about Astrobot, I think one of the big reasons why Astrobot was so successful is that, I mean, yes, it was a great game and everything, like, and that's not even really one of the main reasons, but like,
That's
what I know for James
there's
Bond.
gotta be shit like that.
Let's go through what we did get at the show. It starts off with Luminous Arise. Coming fall on PS5 and VR. Greg, you love Luminous?
I do. It is my favorite puzzle game of all time. Did pretty well in my top 100. No spoilers. All right, as I've been building the list. Yeah, I was very happy to see Enhance get their flowers as deserved for Tetris Effect. but it always hurt me that it was Tetris. I love Tetris, I'm not saying, but Luminous is my fucking shit, right? I mean, you want to talk about a game I've been with from PSP. I think, I think Luminous Electronic Symphony, the Vita launch game, is such a fantastic rendition. And then there's been the remasters and this, that, the other. To get a brand new one, to have it here, to have them saying all this, in the video they showed up at the end when they talk, right, of like how, changing your life and doing this thing and blah, 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 like all the shit that Enhance is known for. Even their PlayStation blog, I've been inserting quotes and paragraphs as we've been talking, right? For this off the PlayStation blog they wrote. Luminous Arise on PlayStation 5 with optional PSVR 2 compatibility is more than just an ordinary puzzle game. Our aim is to hit you right in the feels. You emerge from the darkness in the first stage, parentheses, a glimpse of which you saw in today's announcement trailer. And every stop on the over 30-stage journey evokes a different and complex emotional response. From lush jungles, oceans teeming with life, and snakes preparing to strike, to more electronic frontiers like the bustling streets of Tokyo and the endless expanse of outer space, all with visual flourishes to incite synesthesia.
Sick.
That's a big man word. You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
big
For a little
man
boy
word.
like me,
Wow.
who just likes doing the puzzle. Shake your booty, shake your booty.
Looks
shake
incredible.
your body down to
And
the
I mean,
ground.
I feel like this is another example, kind of
oh
like the
God,
Marvel
I'm-
Arc System Works thing, where it's like, okay, cool, it's enhanced
That's
and it's
so
luminous,
fucking-
and you're like, I know exactly what this is going to be, and it's going to be awesome. It's Tetris Effect for Luminous, which is
Yes, you
know,
are.
Luminous was already a music-based puzzler, so
Yeah.
taking Tetris and applying music to it worked so well before. This is about to be incredible.
What a
Can't fucking
crazy
wait.
way the human body works, that like pairing awesome music with blocks falling down on each other make like evoking a feeling, and me being like, wow, like I have chills
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
rules.
It'll also be exciting for me to dust off PlayStation VR 2. You know
Nah.
what I mean? Like, I'll play this obviously not on VR 2, but I do want to jump in for first playthrough me.
That was once here.
happy
I
for you,
was
Greg. I
here.
do wish it
I
was
mean, not
Tetris
was
Effect,
here.
I hear
but-
you, and I respect that. Don't get me wrong, Tetris, again, I'm not throwing shade at Tetris. Another game I do love that did quite well on my top 100 list. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy to finally get my just due over here.
I'm gonna pick it up though.
Thank you.
I'm
I
gonna play it.
appreciate that for me.
And next up, Pragmata. It's alive.
It lies.
I don't believe
lives.
it.
Right?
Real.
It lives and breathes.
Character's name's Diana. It's coming out in 2026. They had a fun little thing of having the sorry post-it kind of change over to it's real XD. Our two protagonists, Hugh and Diana, happen upon one another and must work together to defeat the lunar station AI and return to Earth. They both have their own abilities. You'll need to control them both at the same time to overcome the obstacles that you'll face. Bless, what'd you think of this?
I don't think I like this trailer. It was another one of those that I thought just like
Oh.
presented weird. I don't think the game's gonna be bad or anything. Like, it's Capcom, and I think the idea and a lot of the concepts here seem really, really cool. But I feel like Capcom needs to like go to someone else to like dial in how their trailers look, because some of the moment to moment of the gameplay just didn't hit for me. But I don't know if I'm alone in that.
As somebody who's not the action game guy, right? Like, I thought this is a great trailer for me, or I was like, oh man, shit, this looks cool. And I like the setup to it, and I like running around here, and I like that it doesn't look like it just has to be the crazy combos and everything else. Like, it looks like there's some platform, there's some exploring around here. I really liked what I saw here, and to a point of like, I want to play this.
Andy?
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty rad gameplay wise. I mean, it's kind of just up my alley. You're third person shooting, dodging away from things. I do think that the freakiness of the little child reminds me of Ethan Winter's girlfriend in Resident Evil
Rose.
7. Yeah, there's like some kind of weird, uncanny shit going on there that kind of freaks me out. But I'm glad it's not dead, and I'm glad it is presenting to be a game that looks like something I'd be into, which is just generally, running around, dashing around things, getting headshots, critical shots, all that stuff.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, I think this looks cool. I'm not really digging the vibe of it overall, and I don't like the girl. She's freaking me out.
Yeah,
freaking
me
But,
out.
yeah, I'm very shocked to see this here. And hell yeah, Capcom.
Yeah.
New
Hell yeah.
IPs actually happening.
Come on.
Speaking of new IPs, Romeo's a Dead Man next up. Suda
Oh.
51, 2026, maybe. It's from
I wouldn't know that
Grasshopper,
Romeo's
Suda
a
51,
dead man
and
if you
Ren
play
are
on Romeo
behind
Must
it.
Die.
Romeo swaps between guns and swords, using his enemy's own power against them to absolutely annihilate the evil hordes in this peak example of full-on bloody action. When it first started, it's like, this like weird animated thing. When it's that vibe of just like how random can we possibly get, and let's just throw everything in there, how weird can we be, that often doesn't work for me. There was something about this from the jump that I'm like, I like every single thing they're doing here.
This weird sort of fisheye lens look and everything. But I mean, will any of this ever be in the game, or was it just Maybe this is just the intro cutscene. I have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they spliced it in like some weird moments, or if it's like
when they
start menu or some shit.
When they get out of this and get into the gameplay and stuff, then they do a section where it is just crazy. It kind of looks like made a Rick and Morty reference. Yeah, exactly. Of hopping universe art style.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true. He is a universe hopping dude. So we'll likely see a lot of different versions.
Suda51 makes the best 7s possible, and I mean that as like a very high compliment. Like,
absolutely.
The No More Heroes games are some of my favorite games from the Wii era.
This could be an 8 though. I don't know. This looks.
Listen, if it's an 8, I'm praising the Lord.
Awesome.
I'm hollering hallelujah. But like, yeah, this is so quintessential Suda51. Like, as soon as we got into gameplay, I was like, oh, okay, I see who this is. I see who this is that's working on this. And like, it looks cool. It looks fun. It has a fun vibe to it. And I think for these Grasshopper games, I'm almost more in it for the vibe than anything, right? They're always wacky. They always got some crazy shit going on. They always got some high violence, and like it always feels like it's from the mind of somebody who's a video game nerd, but then also an Adult Swim nerd. And opening up with a cartoon that felt like Smiling Friends is Smiling Friends on Adult Swim?
Yeah,
or is that
that's
just
where it started off
yeah.
on, and then HBO Max because of
we'll do that later.
the Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
If I can jump in with more from the blog, especially about the art styles and what's going on here and why it gets me excited, right? Super bloody action, crazy twists and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks, all rolled into one wild ride. Our hero, Romeo Stargazer, just like I said, Juliet Starlight from Lollipop, is a man stuck between life and death. His own was saved mere seconds before the end by way of a time paradox that shattered the space-time continuum, which was created by a genius scientist screwing around. Now Romeo is FBI space-time special agent Deadman, and sporting a rad mask called Dead Gear. He must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes.
Which is awesome.
So it sounds like what I wanted out of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, right? Of really jumping into a bunch of weird shit and seeing a bunch of weird things go on.
Yeah, I think even more so, I think you said No More Heroes, right? Like No More Heroes is another game from Suda that it's all about going up the chain of who the best assassins are, and you're taking out each assassin one by one. So if we're getting a similar framing of we're going to different universes one at a time, and you're fighting your way up to a boss, and you're getting a cool boss battle every single time. Like that's the type of Suda51 game that I want.
And on top of that, like, unless I'm missing something, Blessed, that by far looked like the best looking Suda51 game we've ever had.
Yeah, because
so,
like No More
cool.
Heroes, man, don't even start about No More Heroes 3, because like I wanted that game to look and play so much better, but that was a game that came out on the Switch 1, right? And like Suda51 doesn't often come out with like AAA looking games that are for the most modern, most current of consoles, and so this being a PS5 game.
Nice.
Let's fucking go.
That initial run-up in the action, Barrett, if you could rewind, reminded me so much of when the character in Intergalactic runs up to the enemy at the end of the trailer. First sort of like cloudy, overcast,
it looked like
foresty area reminded me so much of the end of that trailer.
What is that?
Ever see that one Twitter thread probably about a year or so ago that was a bunch of different indie devs messing around with their games and saying, oh, I put a random number into a certain slider of your game and see what happens, right? So it'd be like,
awesome,
oh, like this gun's massive now, or there's. I feel like they did that with particles in this game. Like they're like, just like whatever your number for particles.
What would be the closest?
Kind of occlude the screen sometimes. Looks really great though. I really dig the vibe of this.
Yeah, damn, Andy, good for you.
Oh yeah, vocabulary today.
Thanks, bro. Synesthesia.
Next up, we had Silent Hill F coming September 25th, 2025. That was new information, right? I don't think we knew the date before that. That's cool. I didn't vibe with this one. It felt a little generic to me of like, all right, we've seen this type of like Japanese horror game before.
I was waiting for it to turn that corner, right? Where I was like, oh, here's where it's going to be its own stamp, and here's why it's a 2025 game. You know, like why is it a modern? And I never got that. And honestly, looking at this, man, I was like, man, they need to make a new Fatal Frame.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like that felt very Fatal Frame-y. But
from the blog,
also, I'm not a Silent Hill guy, so
from the blog, they had this one statement that I liked. The mission statement during development was the following: find the beauty in terror.
Right there, that's
Thank you behind that.
Scary.
This looked really scary.
A little too freaky. There was I legitimately had a jump scare where an enemy popped in from the right side of the screen, and it legitimately freaked me out.
And if you play this, I'll play it alongside you. Me and you do a dual stream.
Hold hands.
Yeah.
Or you gotta do that thing where you drink a glass of whiskey again.
Oh yeah.
Go do it.
I was gonna say like one controller, two hands, and our other hands are holding
whiskey.
really just want to hold your hand, man.
We got Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement coming 2026. We're excited to announce Bloodstained: Scarlet Engagement, an entirely new 2.5D side-scrolling action RPG helmed by creative director Shutaro and produced by Iga. This duo is renowned for creating games where they're famous for the 2D exploration-style side-scrolling action gameplay. 2D exploration-style side-scrolling action gameplay. Just, yeah.
Words.
You can't say Metroidvania, but that's what that is.
It really makes me think of how I felt about the first Bloodstained. Was like, it's just not a pretty game.
Yeah.
Like and it's not about the art, it's about the implementation of the style. Because you look at, when the camera zooms in on these characters, they look fantastic. It's the cell shading with the not separating the back enough, or not separating the backgrounds enough from the foreground. There's just something I've never vibed with, even in the first Bloodstained, which I still enjoyed as a game.
Yeah, it all gets like noisy.
Yeah.
The stuff that you're talking about. Nothing pops.
Something about the
gameplay looks fun, but yeah, the look turns me off so much.
So many of the scenes look like you need to turn the lighting back on, and then it's like, oh, there we go, there are the shadows. There's, I've never quite vibed with it, but I still think a pretty fun video game.
Then we got Digimon Story Time Stranger getting the date of October 3rd, 2025. And Andy was saying this, but yeah, definitely one of my least favorite types of trailers, where it's like we don't have any attachment to these characters.
Disconnected.
And they're just saying things that have no context at all to anybody. So whatever. But people are hyped for this, and the Digimon RPGs are really good. So I think this is gonna continue that trend.
Good for Digimon for still being around, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Absolutely.
Then we had Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. The NVIDIA leak continues. At this point, all that's left is Final Fantasy IX Remake. So,
oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Both versions, the original and the remake, are one package. This is coming September 30th, 2025. This game's amazing. So just it coming back in any way, shape, or form is awesome. It being fully VO'd, I think, is great. Like, that is the type of thing that these games that are going to bring back need. I didn't love the new.
I'll be back, Chad. I gotta go
style.
pick myself
Really?
somewhere, and then
Yeah.
we go
But
hop
I
on
also
one
looks like it's a
human.
painting.
It looks like it's on canvas, like the detail there of like the
Man.
paint. I love that.
Andy, just do anything for you?
Get ready for tomorrow.
No, not really. I mean, I think that first shot of the character.
I'm not
like,
going to
that's
put on
pretty.
an
And then the
intermission
more
screen.
that
I'm
I
going to go
watched,
to the
I think it maybe looks like a canvas because we're
stream
back
starting.
here, Greg, and maybe if you get like, I
scene.
think it's just
So,
like the way that
No,
the
that's
pixels are
until
being
I get
smoothed
back.
out.
It shouldn't be that
I
long.
don't know.
but
I just
Even
didn't
as they
quite vibe
moved
with it.
there, the
gonna be on
canvas
that
is
for
just
a
a
minute.
layer on top of it, but I thought it looked good.
It looks just kind of like a smoothed over, like making it less pixely.
And then we're
version of
going
the
to
original.
cut the sound for the audio. We'll keep it here. And then we're going to remove the camera. See y'all when I